What have I told you? That learning to ride a motorcycle could make you a millionaire. Commuting by train to London literally costs £8,000 to £10,000 a year. On a motorcycle, you could be saving thousands. Today we're breaking down how much you could save, how to save it, and how much you'll have at the end. The train companies absolutely do not want you to watch this. Today I'm riding a round trip from Horsham to London to show you the reality. Here's the challenge. I'm taking my Honda Helix, 100 miles per gallon, looks like a jet ski on wheels, full on 80s cool, and we're riding it 40 miles down to Horsham and back, so 80 miles in total. I'll compare every cost, the experience, and then we'll see what happens if you invest the difference instead of handing it over to the train companies. Let's see what the train wants to rob us for today. Horsham to London return. Right, if I'm buying a day return Horsham to London, £53 for a day return. If I'm doing that 3 times a week, that's £150 a week. And for a monthly season ticket, £631, which is £7,500 a year if I want to get the train every day, paying monthly. No wonder the train bosses get such big bonuses. That's nearly 10 grand a year. You still got to get to the train station, wait for a train, and you'll be lucky if you get a seat. I actually decided to learn to ride after getting sick of getting trains across London and boiling on the tube. Around 10 years ago, I took the plunge and did my CBT, which turned out to be one of the best financial and lifestyle decisions I ever made. I also managed to slice my commute time in half. Win-win. And we're off. Scooter versus train. Let's talk about saving money and the benefits of riding rather than getting the train. So this bike, to fill up full tank, 12 litres, is about 15 quid. And those 12 litres and 15 quid will do about 250 miles. So this commute that I'm doing, round trip on the bike, is about 80 miles or so. So on that full tank that's cost me 15 quid, does 250 miles, you're talking 5 quid in fuel costs. London and back, 5 quid. And then I guess bike ownership costs, tax, MOT, 50, 60 quid a year. Insurance, for me, 200 quid. I guess any other running costs, gear, servicing, things like that. Round it all up, max 500 quid a year to run the bike. And I tell you what, it's surprising just how quickly you can be out of that carnage of central London and in the leafy suburbs. Look at this is beautiful. What a day for it as well. That's what it's all about. Your commute becomes more than just a race from A to B or blowing loads of money on the greedy train companies. It becomes about freedom, fun, it becomes about financial freedom. So, what other freedom does it give you? Just like that, you're in the countryside. Beautiful twisties, experiencing the smells and the temperature and the wind on your face, sunshine, the views. Take it all in on the bike. On the train, you'll be crammed in with your nose inside someone's armpit, or you'll be stood on the platform for an hour just to find out the Southern Rail have cancelled all their trains yet again. Getting the bike isn't just about saving money and becoming a millionaire. Of course, that is literally possible and amazing. But it's about getting your time back in a way that you actually enjoy, not just being a baked bean on a metal tin can. Sure, you can sit on the train and read a book or do some work, I get that. But we're not trying to optimize for time. We're trying to optimize for freedom. Financial freedom and just having a good time kind of freedom. Okay, so how does motorcycling actually make you a millionaire? I've crunched the numbers and this is how it happens. So to do the numbers on how you're going to become a millionaire, just to break that down for you. If running a bike costs £2,000 a year, fuel and running costs all in, commuting 5 days a week, that same commute 5 days a week on the train, that's costing you £8,000 a year, including the travel card for Zone 1 in London. £8,000. So £6,000 saving on the bike. You take that £6,000, monthly, yearly, whatever you want. Monthly is ideal. Invest that in a share ISA fund, depending on your risk profile of what you want to do. But historically, you can average, if you're lucky, 8% return, 4 or 5% if you're being a little bit more cautious. 8% is possible based on the past. You invest that £6,000 a year, an 8% return for your whole working career, 40 years, it works out at £1.5 million. Yes, that is your entire working career. But £1.5 million, you could retire almost a multi-millionaire. £1.5 million you could retire on from riding to work instead of getting the horrendous train. And that's money in your pocket rather than the train companies. Mathematically possible, physically possible. It's just a matter of choice and a lot of patience.
Now, what kind of bike is right for the job?
And now, of course, the Honda Helix. As much as I love this thing already, it's been so good today. Riding to central London, all the way through the middle of it, we shot a race across the centre of town, and now riding it back as well. It would have done over 100 miles. Only bought it 3 days ago, had a basic service and an MOT. Passed with flying colours on the MOT, mind you. But yeah, if I'm being realistic, you wouldn't choose this bike. If you're commuting 50 to 100 miles a day, round trip, I mean, one, you're going to need to get a full license anyway, because you're not going to want to do that on a 125. Just take you too long. So you get your full bike license, which is awesome, because then you've got the freedom to ride any bike in the world for the rest of your life. And then you get a bigger motorcycle, or you could get a big maxi scooter. I think they do like 400 or 500cc, like modern maxi scooters, if that's what you're interested in. You can look at a mid-range adventure bike, sports tourer bike. If you're just getting into riding, there's loads of great 400, 600cc bikes, all different shapes and sizes, which one would be great to commute on, and two would be so much fun to ride. So that's the point. Yes, you can save money. Yes, you can become a millionaire, but buy an awesome bike, go on adventures and have fun with it as well. And then you are living the dream, my friend. You are living the dream. So there you have it. You ditched the train, saved thousands, and discovered the true meaning of freedom. So isn't it time you learn to ride too? See you next time.